Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, the chairman of the University of Embu, Professor Philip Museve Kutima, the Vice Chancellor, University of Embu, and Chairman of the Vice Chancellor's Committee, Professor Daniel Mugende, Chancellors and Vice Chancellors of sister universities here present, our area MP, Honorable Mkunji, members of the University of Embu Management Board and the Senate, representatives of the Embu County and the national government here present, the staff, the students of the University of Embu, the graduates of the class of 2026, the parents, the guardians, and the families here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Bwana asifiwe.
Amen.
Embu ni fire si fire. Embu ni noma si noma. The graduating class of 2026 ni fire si fire. Ni noma si noma. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's both an honor and a profound pleasure to join you here today at the University of Embu on this auspicious occasion of the 11th graduation ceremony. I take this opportunity to thank the Chancellor, the Council, the Vice Chancellor, and the entire university leadership for your kind invitation to me to be part of this celebration. Indeed, each time I visit this university, I'm struck anew by its beauty, the rolling landscapes, the dedication and purpose that defines its people. The University of Embu has come and become not merely an institution of higher learning, but a cherished home of excellence, of community, and of aspiration. To the class of 2026, today belongs to you. This is a day that is well earned, and the joy for you, for your parents and guardians who sacrificed and believed in you, for your lecturers and mentors who guided you and challenged you, and for everyone who has walked alongside you through this long journey, and a journey that is often demanding in academic formation. You have persevered, but you have overcome. You have arisen to the occasion. I congratulate you most warmly. This is your moment, so celebrate it fully and carry its memory with pride. Congratulations and clap for yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Education takes particular pride in the University of Embu. Through consistent excellence in teaching, in research, innovation, and service to society, this university has earned a distinguished reputation, one that elevates not only itself, but the entire higher education subsector in Kenya. Its strong performance in national rankings, its groundbreaking research, and its growing culture of innovation stands as a clear evidence of purposeful leadership and collective commitment. I'm especially encouraged by the tangible progress visible across this campus. The completion of the magnificent tuition block and the ongoing construction of the science laboratory, the engineering blocks speak eloquently of a university that is investing deliberately in the future. These developments expand access while equipping the institution to deliver the practical, research-driven, and technology-enabled education that is demanded by the fourth industrial revolution and by Kenya's long-term development agenda. Excellence of this kind, ladies and gentlemen, is never accidental. It is a fruit of steadfast leadership, careful strategic planning, and a shared institutional resolve to improve continuously. I therefore commend the Chancellor, the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, the Management Board, the Senate, the staff, the students, and our development partners, and indeed all our stakeholders who have made these achievements possible. To our graduates, as you step beyond these gates, I offer you 3 challenges. Number 1, be innovative. Never stop asking questions. Never cease seeking better solutions. The future will belong to those who dare to think differently and who transform ideas into practical value for society. Number 2, be champions of sustainability. Whatever your profession that you may wish to enter, you have a role in protecting our environment. Use the resources available responsibly and build resilient communities. Let your decisions today help secure a healthier planet for generations yet to be born. Number 3, be responsible global citizens. Your roots are firmly planted in Kenya, yet your opportunities and responsibilities stretch across the world. Uphold integrity, respect diversity, embrace collaboration. Let your knowledge and character reflect not only on yourselves, but on your university and our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, education remains the surest pathway to national development and prosperity. That is why the government continues to prioritize education as a public good, and the government is channeling substantial resources into this sector. An uneducated population is among the most powerful enablers of economic growth and social progress. And that is why, as mentioned by our area MP, that we have presented to Parliament a bill on the funding of higher education. You are all aware that for a long time, we've had challenges in how we fund our higher education. The first model that we had was a DUC model, where government was supposed to be funding education at 80%. But because of financial restrictions, it was only able to fund about 38%, leaving our universities with a serious debt gap, leading, in fact, to some 23 also universities being technically insolvent. We then introduced a model known as the student-centered model, which was introduced in 2023 by this government. That model had something called the means testing instrument. The means testing instrument was testing parents instead of students. In other words, the question was asked, what is the capacity of this parent to support the funding of their children in university? When you think about it, if, for example, you are graduating like you are graduating today, and you are a law graduate, or an engineer, or a teacher, or a doctor, the means testing instrument was testing your parent, who is neither an engineer, or a doctor, or a teacher. And therefore, where the parent was not determined as having the capacity to fund the doctor or the engineer, the student then had to change courses to take a course that the parent is able to afford. We've changed that thinking and said, let us fund the future of the student. In other words, we are now going to fund an engineer instead of the peasant farmer. And with that tweak, we have now able to get stakeholders and our partners who are crowding in and putting in resources enough to fund each and every student who is entering our tertiary institutions fully. That is the bill that is in Parliament, and once it becomes law, together with the contributions of government and other stakeholders, we will have enough resources to ensure that we are funding higher education students 100%, both tuition and upkeep. What that has done, ladies and gentlemen, is move education from simply being a public good to being an investment, and therefore being an investment, a bankable investment where partners are able to come in and support. And together with our members of parliament, we are looking forward for that bill to become law, and we will resolve the issue of tertiary university funding once and for all. I don't know whether we understand each other, because you are very quiet. I would have thought that you would have clapped for the government for coming up with this solution. And I'm going to urge our brothers to support that particular model, because it's actually the solution. Ladies and gentlemen, we remain committed, therefore, to making higher education more accessible and more affordable for all deserving Kenyans. In recent years, we have refined our higher education funding model, as I've indicated, so that it responds thoughtfully to the diverse circumstances of students joining all our tertiary institutions, including universities, the TVETs, KMTC, the TTCs, and that whole sector. The goal is actually very clear. Let us open doors of opportunity equitably and equally and in a sustainable manner, and to ensure that talent is never wasted for lack of means or because of the circumstances of the learners. Yet we must also confront reality with honesty. The number of higher education, or the number of students seeking higher education, continues to rise. while the resources that are required to sustain quality provision faces mounting pressure. This tension demands us that we should have greater efficiency, stronger partnerships, and unwavering focus on relevance and impact. The theme of this graduation, Shaping Tomorrow, graduates at the nexus of innovation, sustainability, and global citizenship, captures precisely the aspiration of Kenya's higher education sector. Universities are no longer expected merely to produce graduates. They are called to form innovators, responsible leaders, entrepreneurs, researchers, and global citizens equipped to confront the complex challenges of our time. This transformation requires research of consequence and, crucially, deeper and more practical public-private partnerships. Our universities must move beyond the traditional boundaries of the classroom and become true engines of innovation and socioeconomic transformation. When universities, industry, government, and communities work together with shared purpose, we do not simply prepare graduates for existing jobs. We prepare them to create jobs, to solve real problems, and to reshape society for the better. I therefore urge continued strengthening of university-industry linkages. Let these partnerships be practical, impactful, and responsive to the needs of our communities. Let the knowledge, skills, and innovation generated within our universities flow readily into industry and into the marketplace of ideas, creating solutions, expanding opportunities for graduates, and contributing meaningfully to Kenya's development. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I express my deep appreciation to the University of Embu for this invitation to this 11th graduation ceremony. It is my honest hope and prayer that the leadership and the entire community of this university will continue the outstanding work already underway so that the University of Embu grows even greater in excellence, relevance, and national impact. To the class of 2026, go forth with confidence, with integrity, and with purpose, and may your dreams all come true. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my pleasure to invite you to address the congregation. Can we rise up and invite the Chancellor, please?
Please be seated. The Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, and my professional colleague, Honorable Julius Migos Ogaba, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education, Dr. Beatrice Buganda Inyangala, the Chancellor of Tharaka University, and my senior, Professor Ratemo Michieka, the local Member of Parliament, Honorable Ngitonga Mukunji, Chairman of the University of Embu Council, Professor Philip Kutima, the Vice Chancellor, University of Embu, and Chairman, Vice Chancellor's Committee, Professor Daniel Mugendi, Chancellors and Vice Chancellors of sister universities present, chairs and members of other university councils, members of the University of Embu Management Board and Senate, representatives of the national government and Embu County government present, University of Embu staff and students, the class of 2026 graduates, parents and guardians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Before I make my remarks, I'd like to note that each year I'm given an opportunity to invite a few guests, and this year I decided to invite the students and representatives of the teaching staff of Matinyani Mixed Senior School. I think they are somewhere seated there. This is a school which neighbors me at home, and it was my intention that they should come and understand how the university environment works. And it is my challenge to the students present there that we look forward to you joining, all of you, the University of Embu, on account of this special invitation led by the chair of the BOM, Penin Malonza. Thank you very much. Let me start by saying that I feel greatly honored and privileged to be part of this 11th graduation ceremony. We gather here in keeping with our university's cherished tradition of celebrating the student success and to confer upon our students qualifications that they have so far diligently worked for. To the graduates, please receive my heartfelt congratulations for this significant achievement. I also appreciate all our guests for coming to celebrate with us and also for the role you have played in helping the graduates to reach where they are today. Today's ceremony is historic because it comes at a defining moment in the history of the university. As we celebrate our 11th graduation ceremony this year, we also mark a decade since the University of Embu was granted its charter on 7th October 2016. I also remember that I was appointed the first chancellor of this university 10 years ago in October 2016. So in about 2 months' time, we shall be celebrating our 10th year as a full-fledged university. As I reflect on this journey, I do so with profound gratitude and humility. It has been a great privilege for me to witness the university's transformation over the past decade, and more so to serve alongside dedicated council members, a visionary vice-chancellor, a committed management team, and wonderful partners and stakeholders. Together, we have developed a top-notch institution founded on excellence, integrity, and quality service. Personally, I deeply appreciate the collective effort that has brought us to this remarkable stage. 10 years ago, we were a new institution with big dreams. Today, we stand tall as a towering beacon of academic and research prowess. We have grown our student enrollment, expanded our infrastructure, and we have consistently been ranked among the best top-performing public institutions in Kenya in statutory compliance, performance contracting, and financial sustainability. We also take pride in the growing recognition of the University of Embu on the global stage. Our steady rise in the national rankings, including the Webometrics and other universities' rankings, reflects the dedication of our faculty, researchers, students, and staff. Globally, from our humble beginnings as an agricultural training institution to the vibrant university we are today, there has been a decade of remarkable growth and dedicated service to our nation. The theme of this graduation ceremony, Shaping Tomorrow, graduates at the nexus of innovation, sustainability, and global citizenship, is profound and insightful, reminding us that the true measure of a university education lies not only in the knowledge acquired, but also in the wisdom to apply that knowledge in addressing the challenges of our time and for the future generations. I have every confidence that our graduates are well prepared to rise to that challenge and to make a lasting contribution wherever they go. Ladies and gentlemen, this rapid growth of the university would not have been possible without Stella's leadership. I wish to extend my most sincere and heartfelt appreciation to the University Council, led by Professor Philip Kutima, for his strategic guidance and steadfast governance. Equally, I pay special tribute to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Daniel Mugendi, and the Management Board, Senate, faculty members, administrative staff, technical teams, and all employees of the university. You have cultivated a working environment where quality service delivery thrives. Vice Chancellor, your exemplary leadership and relentless focus on the vision of this university have laid a strong foundation for the university's first decade of growth and transformation. I am confident that the solid foundation you and your team have built will propel the University of Embu into its next decade of even greater achievement. In the same vein, I want to convey our gratitude to the Government of Kenya for its steadfast support and continued investment in higher education, which has enabled the University of Embu to grow and fulfill its mandate of transforming lives in terms of capitation, infrastructure development, and student support. In a special way, I want to express our appreciation to the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Julius Migos Ogamba, and Dr. Beatrice Muganda, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education, for your visionary leadership in steering the education sector, championing the new higher education funding, and supporting the University of Embu to achieve its objectives. To our parents, guardians, and families represented here today, this victory belongs to you as well. You have stretched your resources, offered your prayers, and endured sleepless nights to see this day materialize. Thank you for entrusting the University of Embu with your children, and thank you for believing in us. To the graduates of the class of 2026, well done. Behind every academic gown is a unique story of determination, resilience, sacrifice, and hope. Each of you has overcome challenges, embraced opportunities, persevered with discipline and purpose to reach this defining moment. So wear your gowns with pride, for they symbolize not only your academic achievement, but also the values that have shaped your journey. As you step into an increasingly competitive and rapidly evolving work, remember that your greatest strength lies not only in what you know, but also in your ability to innovate, adapt, collaborate, and learn. Let your education be a foundation for lifelong learning. Your skills are catalysts for positive change, and your values a compass that guides your decisions. The world needs graduates who will create opportunities where others see obstacles, champion sustainable solutions, and inspire hope for ethical leadership. Today,
Thank you. Thank you, my sister. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Next, tuharakishe.
Arambe. Bita wanjoni nyaga, nakaya kamurige, diro bagete KMC.